Okay, here we go. Small tutorial for some math problems. This is will be multiplying fractions. I'll try to go through these relatively quickly, but just so you get an idea. So the problem we have is 1 over 6 times 11 over 4 times 1 over 4. Now, what does that equal? Multiplying fractions is actually a little bit easier than multiplying and dividing fractions is a little bit easier than adding fractions. When you're multiplying fractions, you actually just multiply straight across. So I'll multiply the tops with the tops and the bottoms with the bottom. So in this case, I'd have, whoops. In this case, I'd have, let's see, we'd have 1 times 11 times 1 over 6 times 4 times 4. So on the top, I'd get 1 times 11 is 11 times 1 is still 11 over 6 times 4 is 24 times 4 is 96. Of course, you try to simplify this, but I believe 11 is a prime number, and 11 doesn't go into 96, so this would be your answer. Yep. There's your answer for that one. Let's see. The next problem. Let's redo that. The next problem is gonna be I guess I should have looked at these beforehand. I'm gonna be solving them real time with you guys. Hopefully I can get them right. It's gonna be, looks like a triangle. Looks like that. I could get the line tool out, but no. So this looks like no special type of triangle, to be honest. They show a dashed line coming down from here, which I believe that means there's a 90-degree angle there. Actually, I'm 100% sure there's a 90-degree angle there. There's a 3 there, and the height is 3, and this bottom length of this bottom side of this triangle is 6. So it wants us to find the area. Find the area of the triangle pictured above. So you'd have to know the formula. Write your answer. Oh, so find the area as a fraction. So they want us to find the area. So to find the area, I believe you know what the area of a triangle is. So I know it as 1/2 times the base times the height. That's also the same as base times height all over 2. So that being said, I believe we can find it. We have the height, we have the base, so we seem to have everything we need. This right here would be the base, and this right here, the 3, would be the height. So I believe we could go ahead and just plug it in. So we have the base, which is 6. Ooh, 6 times the height, which is 3, all over 2. So 6 times 3 is 18, divided by 2. The area of that triangle should be 9. They don't give us any units, so technically this should be 9 units squared. Yeah. That is your answer, I hope. Yeah. Let's check out the next problem. That's number 2. We're probably doing about 6 problems here. So let's see. The next one looks like it is, let's see. Multiply. We're multiplying fractions. Write your answer in lowest terms. So it's going to be negative 6 over 5 all times negative 5 over 14. So I see what they're trying to do here. They're trying to trick you. So what does this equal? So of course we're going to need to simplify it once we get an answer, but trying to throw you off here with negative signs. The way I think about these, again, it's like you're multiplying fractions, so you could rewrite this as, I'm just going to say negative 6 over 5. It doesn't matter where you put the negative sign on top, on bottom, or even consider it in front. So negative 6 over 5. I'm just going to rewrite it so it looks like something I recognize. Negative 6 over 5 times negative 5 over 14. Now what does that equal? You could just go ahead and multiply across. And you'd get, what? Negative 6 times negative 5 is positive 30 because negative times negative is equal to a positive. 5 times 14 is equal to 70, I believe. Yeah, 70. So, yeah, you get 30 over 70, and then you can reduce this pretty easily if 10 goes into each one of them, so you get 3 over 7. Now, what you could have done is you could also have noticed that you can reduce these terms before you actually multiply them. You could say you can take out a factor of 5 from the top and from the bottom, so those would both go to 1. And actually, you can even simplify these because 2 goes into both 6 and 14. What you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. So divide this by 2, you get 3. Divide this by 2, you get 7. And now you have a new problem, which is, we'll just go down here, negative 3 over 1 times 1 over 7. Sorry, negative 1 over 7. And you'll see, again, when you just multiply straight across, that you get negative 3 times negative 1, you get a positive 3. 1 times 7, you get a 7. So you do get the same answer. So yeah, that's what I would do for that one. Let's see. Next problem. Oh. Did I skip ahead? Let's see. Just that one? Might have skipped ahead. Oh, no, I didn't. So let's see. That one. 1, 2, 3. Alright, next problem. I believe it's going to be a similar problem. We're multiplying fractions. So let's see. What is this one? This one is going to be, this is how it's written out. So it's going to be a similar problem. 8 over 21 in parentheses, which is really, they're just trying to give you different looks. But when two parentheses, when a number is separated by parentheses between another number, it just means multiplication. The way it's written out here. So 8 over 21 times negative 7 over 4. So what does that equal? So in this case, again, just so I'm more comfortable with it, I would rewrite 8 over 21 times negative 7 over 4. And since you're multiplying fractions, you can just multiply across. So you could get the answer here. 8 times negative 7, you get negative 56, and 21 times 4, you get 84, and you simplify. But I'm going to go ahead and try to simplify this out first to make the problem more simple. So, I can tell, and for whatever reason, it kind of works out this way. Sometimes you can simplify the fractions that they're in. You can reduce this fraction, reduce it, but a lot of times when professors or teachers make problems for you, they don't want you to reduce just the fraction because they assume you know how to do that. They'll make you reduce factors of the other fraction. So tends to just go across, but don't use it as a rule. They just try to throw you off a little bit. But anyways, so I noticed that this 8 and this 4 have common factors, which is 4. So I can reduce that by taking out a factor of 4 in each one. So 8 divided by 4 is 2, 4 divided by 4 is 1. And then the 7 and 21 share a factor of 7, so we can reduce that by dividing each one by 7, and you get -1 and 3. And now it's, rewrite it as 2 over 3 times -1 over 1. And then in this case, you'd multiply across. You could even reduce this to just -1, but get the same answer. So you multiply across. You get 2 times -1, which is -2, and then 3 times 1, which is 3. So the answer here would be -2 over 3, which is the same thing as saying -2 over 3, or even saying 2, whoops, or even saying 2 over -3. Those are all the same answers. Sometimes professors will say this is, I forget what it's called, but they don't like the negative in the denominator of the fraction, so they'll might mark you off for that. But technically, they are all the same number. Yeah, so that's that problem. Let's see, how many of these are there? I believe there's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6. So we've done 4. Do number 5, which looks like another multiplication problem. Go. Just redo the photo. There we go. Okay. So this is looking like, it says find the area of a triangle. So it gives you they give us the formula here. They tell us the area of a triangle is equal to 1/2 the base times the height. And it wants us to find the area in meters. So in meters. So the picture they give us is, oh, oops. There. Oh. It's a right triangle. It might be an isosceles triangle, but it's a right triangle. No, it's not an isosceles triangle. So 10 meters on this side, 12 meters on this side, and they want us to find the area. So again, the area is just 1/2 the base times the height, so we get 1/2 the base, which is 12, times the height, which is 10. So really, we can just multiply across on these as well. Sometimes I consider these fractions if you just want to do it the way we've been doing it. So I'll do 1 times 12 times 10 is 120. 2 times 1 times 1 is 2. And we can simplify this to 60 meters squared. So that'll be the answer to that one without getting too crazy into it. And then one last problem. Looks like it is another multiplying fractions here, so just kind of rush through this one since we've done it. Just as another example though, -12 over 5 times -5 over 6. So I'll just rewrite this. And actually, no, I won't rewrite this. You can, if you know this is multiplication, you can do the same properties. Reduce these by 5, or factor out of 5, factor out of 6, so you get 1 and you get 2. So now you have -2 times 1, which is -2, and then you have 1 times -1. And if you notice, I decided to put the negative on the top on this one. This one I kept it in front, but I assumed it was on the bottom. When I multiply these out, you get the same answer regardless of where you put it. -2 divided by -1 is +2. So I hope, I haven't double checked these. I'm pretty confident, but yes. Yeah, I hope these helped out in any way, shape, or form. Thank you.